Hey y'all, and welcome back. It's me, Lydia Marie. Welcome back to my channel. Today, you guys, we have a follower request that they wanted to see a specific video today using products that were very affordable and no foundation. Y'all are getting very specific with your requests, but you know what? I appreciate it. I love a challenge. And for me, finding affordable products that are already in my stash that I don't have to go out and purchase is very, very easy. I am a drugstore girly. I started out buying my beauty and makeup products from the drugstore because that is what I could afford. I would go to MAC maybe once every 2 months to pick up one thing, but I always went to the drugstore and kind of explored. And now with the drugstore having so many good quality products for less money than what you would typically spend, it's a win-win all the way around, and it's hot, so I don't really want to wear foundation anyway. So thank you for this suggestion. Everything that I have in this bag that we are using today costs less than $15. Less than $15. Every product in here costs less than $15, and we're gonna do a complete look including eyeshadow today without foundation. So if you want to see how I got this look, and I hope that the person who requested it is watching, and you want to see how I got this look, I hope that you will keep watching. So while we start, I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, the liquid. You guys know how I feel about this. It's just okay, but since the look we're doing does not have any foundation, this should be okay to hold me down for what we need. But I enjoy when I get a request for affordability. I get those questions a lot. Can I get something like this at the drugstore? Because a lot of my followers also like to be budget conscious with their makeup, and I appreciate that. Next, I'm going in with a product that I consider to be one of my holy grails. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. You guys have seen me use these a million times. I have the shade 5 in the middle of my cheek. I like the tan that it gives. I like the glow, and it really just gives your skin like a nice, it's a halo glow. So if you have oily skin, I would say you could use these still. It will give you a glow. I don't think it makes you look greasy, but I'm not sure. But I do have normal to dry skin. I'm using the shade 6 on my middle because I'm a little bit lighter there. And you can see with me blending it, it just gives a glow. It's like a primer in a sense. But I like to wear this just on its own on the days when I'm not wearing foundation. I really do enjoy this product. And I think this is one of the ones that either you love it or you hate it, and I happen to love it, but I don't know. I think the hate part comes from those who have more or truly oily skin. They're not a big fan of something glowy on your skin, which I understand. I'm using 2 color correctors, another one from e.l.f. This is their orange color corrector. This is the one that comes in like a stick. It's the color, the camo color corrector. This is their peachy orange one. And then I'm using the one from LA Girl. Y'all know these are iconic. The LA Girl concealers are iconic. Remember when you used to can get these for $1.99 from the beauty supply? Now they're like $4, $5 each, which I think is just insane. So I'm going to put this salmon color on my hyperpigmentation just right there. And I'm going to use that to color correct. And I'm going to put a little bit under my eye like I normally do, and I'm just going to blend that in. The 2 concealers that I have are both full coverage. This is the Maybelline Perfect and Conceal, the Long Wear Concealer. They say this is a dupe for, I want to say, they used to say Tarte Shape Tape, but I don't think it's a dupe at all for Tarte Shape Tape. I think it's just a little bit lighter than that, but this is still very full coverage. And then I'm going to use one of my other holy grails from e.l.f. As you can see, this is well worn. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer under my eye, and I have the shade Tan Sand. Yeah, I had it upside down. Tan Sand. I have that, and I'm going to use that under my eye because this is hydrating. I'm going to use the Maybelline to touch up my face because it's too thick for my under eye. So I'm going to use this e.l.f. Camo under my eye to do the brightening. That e.l.f. is very full coverage, but it is hydrating, so it blended out a little smooth, but you can see how much coverage I got just from that one swipe. So I'm going to take a damp beauty sponge and just tap over it. I don't want to remove the coverage. I just want to blend it in so it's not such a harsh line. But you can see where I did the spot concealer with that Maybelline, and I know it's a little line of demarcation here between the color and my cheek, but that's okay. We're going to fix that. But I'm just going to pat this concealer in, not move it around, just kind of pat it into place so that it can be blended a little bit better. Both of those are very full coverage. So if you have like a serum type of concealer from the drugstore that's a little lighter weight but still give coverage suggestions, let me know, because I think the drugstore concealers tend to be a little bit more full, and I would like one that is a teeny tiny bit lightweight from the drugstore. So let me know. Let's move on to some bronzer. Before we bronze, I'm going to lightly go around the perimeter of my face just to smooth out that concealer with the Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is their Fit Me press powder. You guys know this is iconic. Depending on where you get it, it's still like $5, especially if you go to Target. If you go to Ulta, it's like $8, but if you go to Target or Walmart, you can still get this really good press powder for $5 or $6. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that, and I'm not even using too much just because it is a matte powder, but I just want to smooth that concealer and everything. And you see how that just gave me the same color all the way down. So just tapping over with a little bit of this powder. And now I need to spray my face because I have a lot of powder and full coverage concealer on, and we don't want to look cakey. We still want to be glowy. Since we're still maintaining the glow, we're going to use the Power Grip e.l.f. spray. This is their newest spray. A major key with this that I have learned is to shake it up because it is dewy and the oil properties will come to the top. Now I have heard my oily counterparts say they do not like this because it is such a dewy spray, but you know, dry skin, matte, I'm going to go ahead and give myself a nice spritz. This is not the best holding spray, but it's quite refreshing and it does give you a nice dewy finish. But again, I'm not wearing foundation, so I'm not concerned with a lot of longevity. I just want to melt all of those full coverage powders and products that we just did in. And now for real, we're moving on to bronzer. We're going to bronze twice. We're going to go in with the powder bronzer. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Powder Bronzer. I have the shade Medium, which is 350. If you need a reference, it's a little bit of a warm tone. It does not have sparkles. Very lightly just going to go around the perimeter of my face with this bronzer and just give me a little dimension. In lieu of contour, I'm just using this powder bronzer to just give me some dimension. Now typically you would put down your cream and then go over it with a powder. However, I wanted to just use that L'Oreal just to start some shape, and I'm going to add some more dimension to it, or some more depth, with the Milani Cream Cheek Bronzer in the shade Spicy Season. These are pigmented, so I'm taking this on a brush. I'm going to brush it off on my hand and see how much I have left just from tapping it. And I'm just going to go in that same place just to darken up my bronzer, but just to give me like a more sun-kissed, I've been in the sun working on my tan type of look. And because it's cream, it has a little bit of sheen to it, but it gives you like a nice natural, I've been, you know, kissed by the sun and I'm all glowy and showy type of situation. These are really, really good. $11. And they last forever, to be honest. Like, these really do rival some high-end products. Love these. Taking a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder in the shade 230. This is what I use on my under eye to brighten it up, and I'm taking very, very little, and I'm not tapping it underneath my lash line. I'm tapping it down where that concealer was, blend it out that way, just to give me some brightness and a little contrast, and also to set the concealer in place. And I'm taking some on my chin for a little bit of brightness and setting, and where I tend to get oily, right here in my smile lines. You can totally use this to set your concealer. I like this a lot in lieu of a loose powder. Sometimes I don't want to deal with the loose powder, but just getting a shade that's a couple shades lighter than you, and I really like that to brighten. But as long as I don't put it underneath here where it's going to start to crease, I can put it a little down a little bit and it gives me the brightness, so it just looks like my face is nice and bright. And I'll do it in the middle as well. For a light eyeshadow look, I'm using two palettes from NYX. These are the NYX Matte Edit palettes. They are 1, 2, 3, 6 palettes. I think now you have to get these on their website or from Amazon. They still have the 6 palettes, but the bigger ones that they sell in the store, they're like 24 colors. But these are really good drugstore eyeshadows. So I'm going to use 2. I'm going to start off with this shade here. They do not have names. This one is called they're called the Petite Shadow Palette, and this one is called Natural Queen. So I'm going to use that tan shade, tan peachy, is just like a little transition color. And the other one is more, it has more pinks in it. And this one is called Warm Neutrals. So Warm Neutrals and Natural Queen. So we're going to use this shade from Natural Queen just to start building up a little eyeshadow look. Dipping into the Warm Neutrals palette, I'm going to take this little pinky peachy shade here. They're showing off a little bit darker on camera, but they're really not that dark. They are a nice little, you know, very neutral, very nice. And I like that they're mostly all mattes in these because NYX has really good matte eyeshadows. They didn't used to. They used to be terrible, but they really did improve. Hi NYX, I hope you're watching this video. One day we're going to be working together. That's why I'm giving you your props. But I got to tell the people the truth. They have improved a lot with their eyeshadow. And I'm just taking that right up in my crease and building up right over that little peach shade. And we're going to keep it moving. Moving on to the shadow that I'm going to put on my lid, which I think is going to be this one. I don't want any shimmer, so I'm not going to use these two. They have shimmer. I'm just going to use this little white shade, creamy shade, and just add that as a pop of color for some lightness on my lid. Oh, that does, no. I was like, does that have shimmer? No, it doesn't. It is. It's just applying a little chalky, I guess. Oh, there it is. Okay. We got a little bit. It's not the best pigment on that shade, but we're going to make it work. I'm going to add a little zing to my eyeshadow with one of the Maybelline eyeshadow sticks. This is the Gilded eyeshadow stick in the shade Rose. It looks like this. I'm going to do that over this little eyeshadow just to give it a little oomph. I changed my mind. A little bit of, yeah, a little something. So I'm going to line my eyes with one of the Essence eyeliner pencils. These Essence pencils are like $3. And I like to use something bright on my waterline because I like for my eyes to look more open versus closed. And I like eyeliner. So I've been lining my eyes with white or beige eyeliner. And you see how that just gave me a pop of color? It just made me look more awake. This is a good tip too if you're over 40. As our eyes get a little bit older, instead of adding dark eyeliner down here, add some beige or some coconut, and it gives us a little freshness. I'm going to put on a coat of the e.l.f. lash extender, and then we're going to move on to blush. I have 2 blushes to choose from, and they're both very pink. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Confident Pink Blush. It is very pink, very powdery. I love that. And I also have one of the Milani Cheek Kiss cream blushes in the shade Blushing Berry. So why choose? Why not just do both? I mean, hello. So this time we are going to do powder first versus the cream because I want the cream to be a little pop. You see how I just tapped that and it's so pigmented. We are definitely going to go on the back of my hand like normal and pop that here at the top. That looks so good, even with that little bit. L'Oreal made some good blushes. When they released these a few years ago, and they only released 4 or 5 shades of these. Whoo, that's pretty. So we have the Confident Pink blush on. That's the powder. I'm actually going to blend this with my damp sponge just a little bit. I don't want it right here. I want it up there. So, and I had a little bit too much dip on my chip, but that's okay. I'm going to take a brush from e.l.f. and go in with the Blushing Berry, the cream blush from Maybelline. Again, we're just going to diffuse that off so it does not hit so heavy. I mean, you can do what you want, but that's not the look I'm going for with this. But that cream color eats every time. Milani's products have gotten so, you know what, actually Maybelline has been consistently good, but these cream products that they released in the last year or so, they just are on another level. And I'm just gonna take it and just blend it like that. Boom. Let's do some lips. I had to break my glasses out. I'm wearing the Maybelline Ultra Matte lipstick in the shade More Blaze. I could not see this teeny tiny label. So I'm wearing the shade More Blaze. I line my lips with the e.l.f. Cream Glide Lip Liner. These are only $2, and that's in the shade Sweet Tea. And I wanted to line it with brown because this lipstick is quite pink, and I didn't want it to overshadow everything else, but it does have a nice little brown. I haven't worn these lipsticks in a really long time, but I did a complete video on these when they first released a couple of years ago. And they are matte, but very, very comfortable to wear. And then, me being me, I'm gonna take the lip gloss, and I don't know which one. These are the Maybelline lifter glosses. Y'all know I love these. Down the best drugstore lip glosses, period. Yes, I said it. Love these. I have the shade Gummy Bear, and then I have the shade Ice. So I think I'm gonna do a little bit of Gummy Bear on top. Yep, a little bit of Gummy Bear on top, mixed with that lip liner and that lip shade. Ooh, these smell so good. That smells so good. This is what Gummy Bear looks like, and this is from the Maybelline Candy collection that they released last summer. I love these down. These are all in my Amazon store. Very much worth it. Very much a great, I would say a very, very good alternative to the Fenty Gloss Bombs. These are $9. Fenty Gloss Bombs are currently $22. So if you're looking for something more affordable, 10/10 recommend. I think the only thing I'm missing is lashes, but it is 90 degrees. I am not wearing lashes. I'm sorry. This is the final look. No foundation. And for no foundation, I think this is a very good, complete look. Again, nothing in that bag costs over $15. So you're looking amazing. You're going to your little day party or your brunch. No foundation. You have something to set your face. You have a nice pop of color, and you save some coin. Like, what's better than that? So I hope the person who asked about this video, I hope this was up to your satisfaction. Make sure you leave me a thumbs up. If you made it this far in the video, go ahead and give me that thumbs up so YouTube knows I'm out here doing my thug thizzle on the channel. And if you want to subscribe, please do that as well. Hit that button down below for all the products that I have mentioned today. Thanks again every single time y'all click and shop my links. I truly appreciate the support. Like, y'all have no idea. I truly appreciate the support. And again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back here with another video for y'all real soon. Bye.